Amazon shares have just off the tops. They're still up 2% though after hours, as revenue from the company came in slightly below Wall Street expectations, marginally, a couple of $100 million on 53 billion. I mean, let's get reasonable about this. The cloud computing division performed especially well. Revenues there were up nearly 50%. And now the world's richest man is now even richer. Some Amazon workers are complaining they're not feeling the benefit. Claire Sebastian's with me.
Yeah, Richard, this is a debate that has been growing around Amazon, particularly recently as the share price has been soaring to new record highs, making Jeff Bezos the richest man in modern history. This is something that people feel isn't trickling down to the workers at the bottom. And this came to a head particularly recently on the company's Prime Day. This was the other side of Amazon's best sales day to date. At a warehouse near Madrid, around 1,000 workers walked off the job, complaining the company should increase pay and vacation time. There were similar scenes at 6 facilities in Germany.
I'm not sure what to make of those reports. We offered very competitive wages and benefits.
The strikes didn't stop Prime Day from breaking records. As sales rolled in, Amazon's stock hit new highs, and CEO Jeff Bezos became the richest man in modern history, his wealth topping $152 billion.
If this were not so pathetic, it really would be laughable.
Over in the US, Senator Bernie Sanders also picked Prime Day for a live town hall on corporate inequality.
The pay is not only not worth it, but
Seth King, a former Amazon employee, was on the panel.
you're not allowed to sit down. You're not allowed to talk to people.
King worked at an Amazon facility in Virginia last year, where he says he earned $13 an hour.
I was not in a good place mentally, and the isolation of the job made it even worse. And I felt suicidal.
After 2 months, he says he had a breakdown and stopped showing up. The company fired him for tardiness and denied his assertion that employees can't speak to their colleagues.
People are not drones, you know? We're not mindless bodies that are just swarming to, do this task.
In 2016, the Institute for Local Self-Reliance compared Amazon's warehouse pay against other warehouse jobs in 11 U.S. metro areas.
We found that on average across these 11 metro areas, Amazon pays about 15% less than what workers are normally paid for warehouse jobs.
Amazon told us our #1 priority is to ensure a positive and safe working environment. The company also told us it encourages employees to compare their pay and benefits to other retailers. The average hourly wage for a full-time associate in our fulfillment centers, including cash, stock, and incentive bonuses, is over $15 an hour. Amazon also told us they added 130,000 new jobs last year. Still, experts say it's all adding up to an image problem for the company.
As someone who advises major companies, I would tell them, hey, you know what? One of the richest companies in the world, your CEO is the richest person in the world. You can do something about this. Think about what having the backing of all the employees would do for the company, for the stock, for the morale, for the brand itself.
Amazon now employs more than 500,000 people worldwide. It seems more and more want their voices heard. Richard, more and more employees may want their voices heard, but the bottom line is this isn't affecting Amazon's business in the slightest. It's not reaching critical mass in terms of strikes. It's not causing people to boycott, and they're still continuing to move into new and different areas. Just in the last quarter, they, moved into new content deals. They acquired PillPack, an online pharmacy, which rattled the healthcare sector. So it continues to be a company that dominates so many different parts of our lives.
Superb reporting. Thank you, Claire Sebastian. Thank you for that. One of the things that Claire was just talking about, of course, was the different areas that Amazon has moved into, and perhaps none more so than voice and the ability to give a command and get some information. For example, Alexa, tell me about CNN.
Cable News Network is an American pay television news channel and a subsidiary of AT&T's Warner Media. CNN was founded in 1980
Thank
by
you,
American
Alexa.
media proprietor Ted Turner.
Stop!
24-hour cable.
Alexa, stop! Eventually you get there. So it knows all about CNN, and it knows about AT&T, and it even knows about Warner Media. But my next guest wants to load Alexa up with useful business information like opening hours, contact numbers, straight from the business itself. It'll make it a lot more useful. For example, if I ask it for the next flight to London from New York, it says it hasn't got that information. Well, hopefully Howard Lehrman can tell me the sort of information that it's going to. He joins me in the C-suite. Good to see you, sir.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Great to see you.
This deal that you've just done, what's it about?
We couldn't be more excited about our new partnership with Amazon. For the first time, businesses can control their information in Alexa. So that means when you ask questions about local businesses, when they're open, what their contact information is, the information you receive, if it's a Yext customer, will come directly from the source, the ultimate authority on a business, which is the business itself.
Right, so you are the conduit between the business and Alexa or Amazon as such.
That's right. Yext lets businesses control their information in intelligent services, just like they manage content on their own websites. So if a brand like a Home Depot or a McDonald's were to change a fact, they put it into our engine and boom, it's updated across 150 different endpoints around the world.
The difficulty, of course, is that these voice information services, whatever we want to describe them, they are a long way from the vision that we've all got. I mean, if I ask you, Alexa, what's the weather? She will tell me what the weather is in...
82 degrees Fahrenheit with partly sunny skies.
There we go.
Tonight, you can expect just a few clouds.
All right, thank you. Stop, Alexa. Good.
It's like she's your old friend.
She ignores me like everybody else. But what for you is the nirvana of this sort of machine? What's the ultimate, do you think?
Voice search is exploding. It's ultimately a conversational way that we as humans can interact with a computer. Let's look around the world, for example. In China, people use WeChat all the time, and voice search is dominant. Over 1/3 of Americans are now using voice search, often in lieu of other types of online searches.
But it's still a fairly unsatisfactory experience at the moment, isn't it?
Well, you should talk to my 3-year-old daughter who thinks Alexa is with her at all times, right? She'll yell out to Alexa to play a nursery rhyme. So for those of us that are just becoming accustomed to it, I think it's the kind of thing that, you know, when you look at voice search around the world, it's absolutely exploding. And today, with our new integration with Amazon, we're able to make that experience a bit more satisfactory for more than 1.5 million businesses.
I can understand why you would want to. Obviously, Amazon's huge. Amazon's vast. It has many tentacles, and it is the leader in the sense in this area. But it also is a Goliath in terms of companies, and smaller companies can often fear being squashed by them.
Well, I think this is a great opportunity for small companies to be able to use Yext software to upgrade and update their information directly in Alexa so that they can get found and attract new customers. With voice search, the way people talk is very different than the way people type. You can talk faster than you can type. People ask for more specific details. It's not just about, hey, what time is the business open? But I might ask Google Assistant, I need a hotel in Hamburg that has free Wi-Fi, is pet-friendly, and has parking nearby.
But you also have to be, to a certain extent, you've just made a good point, agnostic in terms of ensuring your service goes across all the different platforms. You can tie yourself to Amazon and Alexa, but you want to make sure that you are available elsewhere as well, aren't you?
As a business, if you're McDonald's, you want to make sure...
No, but you as a CEO of your business.
Yext is an independent player. We sync our information from Google to Microsoft to Apple. The share case there, all the companies up there now rounded out with Amazon. And now you can update your information in Alexa. All 4 digital assistants from Siri to Cortana to Google Assistant. We even sync information in WeChat in Mandarin so that a company like a Jaguar Land Rover or Burberry in the UK can make sure their information is correct in China in the native Mandarin language. Digital knowledge management, the space in which we operate, is global.
Really good to have you on, sir.
Thank you
for joining us. Come back again, please.
Okay, I'd love to see that.